Hey guys, well, welcome in. It's a little bit early over here, at least in Arizona, but we're making it happen. I'm just essentially a problem solver and a builder. I like working with my hands and I like building stuff, but I got into AI because I saw it as a new tool that where I was able to build all kinds of new things I couldn't build before, which saves me time in my business. So as she mentioned, I own Duke and Sons Property Maintenance. I also have the Bulletproof Handyman business channel, and I'm just literally obsessed with AI. So I've dove in for the last few years, basically since ChatGPT came out. So some things I want you to know before we start is first and foremost, like I was just saying, AI is just a tool. Don't think of it as anything other than a tool. Every new tool that's ever come along in the history of mankind, somebody was upset that this tool came along and they were worried everybody was going to lose all the valuable skills because the tool was going to take their place. But we've always figured out a way to harness the tool to create more value and then find more jobs. So I don't think that's something to worry about. AI is not some hypothetical thing that's coming down the pipeline. It is here, it's been here. Your competition is using it. And I know that because I, in some ways, am your competition and I'm using it. And I talk to plenty of y'all that are also using it as well. AI won't take your job yet, but those who use it will. I say yet because eventually I think it will overtake every valuable thing that all humans do. But at the moment, all you really need to worry about is if you can harness it for yourself, you can still keep yourself at the top of the pack. The information that I'm going to give you today, as well as the cheat sheet they're going to give you at the end, it's all very actionable, meaning you can actually take it and do something with it right now. It's not hypothetical. This is all stuff you can start using, like literally today when this webinar is over, you can implement this stuff into your business. And remember, if nothing changes, nothing changes. You're not going to start using this and start figuring it out until you actually sit down and do that. And the advice I give everybody that I love, including my own family and all of my subscribers, is simply to download, if you know nothing else, if you don't know what to do, download ChatGPT and just start a conversation. And if you don't know how to do that, just download ChatGPT and ask it to teach you. Just tell it that you don't know anything about it, you don't know how to harness it or how it could be useful, and let it teach you. So we're just going to jump straight into basically the 10 things you can use it for. These are just 10 really good actionable items. Number one, the most common use is going to be just elevating your communications. And all I mean by that is having it rewrite things. It's a really good orator. Its next word prediction is how it all started. So it's just really great at figuring out what words to use. And I think one of the best examples where I've used it quite a bit, and I try not to use AI to just write all my emails because people can sense that. But when I have a contentious email, especially if I have an unhappy client and I need to make sure that I very carefully word everything, I will usually take the entire email string over to whichever preferred AI that I'm using that day, upload it all, describe the entire situation, describe where what I would like to actually say, what message I'd like them to receive, and how I would like the tone to feel, and then I let it rewrite that. And then I'll usually go back and edit myself. I'm the last one to touch it, so I can sort of put my voice back into it and it doesn't sound AI generated. But it's one of the things that it's best at is literally just taking your communications and making them better communications. You can do the same thing with your quotes. You can just go in there and, some clients, they're really worried about the quality of work, not so much about price. So you can talk to your AI about writing your quote to really present the value or the quality of the quote, or it could be the value, or it could be the affordability of the quote, or whatever it is your client's most concerned with. You can take those client concerns and you can insert them into your AI and have it write things in such a way that it's really tailored for exactly that client. Same thing with invoices and reviews. You can use AI to come up with your messaging. Great example, inside Jobber, actually, they do have where you can click on little rewrite buttons in quite a few of their little description boxes. You can click on the rewrite button and have it do some of the rewriting if you want. And they also have some AI tools in there that are going to help funnel people over to Google to help you get your Google reviews. And that's all contained in there, but it's going to give people the feeling and the sense and the tone that you want to give them. Number two, expert job site diagnosis. And these are personal examples. I just want to give you 3 personal examples of how it's worked for me, because there's no magic bullets here. A lot of this is just going to end up being conversation with your AI, and you're going to figure out what your AI can do. But one great example, and that was the first one for me really, where I was amazed at what it could do. I needed to replace a thermostat. I said, yeah, I'll take the job. I assumed I was going to be able to go to Home Depot, buy a thermostat, take the other thermostat off the wall, swap the wires on just like a 1-for-1 swap, and put the new thermostat on. I showed up and there's just a mess of wires just coming out of the wall. And I don't know what to do with them. There's no 1-for-1 swap because the old thermostat's not there. So I was able to upload to ChatGPT a picture of the bundle of wires, a picture of my thermostat and the model number and the part number, and a picture of the actual AC unit up on the roof. And it analyzed everything. And who knows, what it needed. I'm not HVAC tech. But what I do know is it told me where to put the wires. And it was correct. I put the wires there, I installed it, and it works. So AI saved me from having to just cancel the job or having to put 8 hours into what could have been a 1-hour job. Next one was a fridge drawer. It was like a wine and cheese drawer on this super expensive house. And the drawer was broken, the little display wasn't working, and they had an appliance tech who was going to replace it. And the drawer itself was going to be $800 plus the appliance technician's actual paycheck. So they sent me to the property as just the lowly handyman to go see if I could figure anything out. And all I did was just give my AI the model number of the fridge, told it what the deal was, and it told me what buttons to push on the little drawer front to do like a hard software reset for it. And I pushed the button, boom, the drawer worked, saved my client $800 for the drawer, plus probably a couple $100 at least for the labor that the appliance tech would have charged. And then next was a Nest doorbell. And honestly, I don't even remember what I did to it. I just know that it wasn't working right. And I didn't know anything about them. And I just took a picture of it, gave it to the AI, said, here's the Nest doorbell. Here's the symptoms that the client is reporting. Please tell me how to troubleshoot this. And it guided me through the process of diagnosing and repairing. And I didn't even know what I was doing. I still don't know to this day what I did, which can be a negative effect of AI. You should be paying attention and making sure you learn and not just offloading your thought process to it like I did on that one. But it will save you a lot of time and make you more profitable. And your competition is already doing that. Number 3, source parts and supplies faster. Let AI research for you. This is, again, these are examples of things that I've done. One was this weird 1950s valve stem. Got a valve stem out of this house built in like 52, went to Ace Hardware, Home Depot, local plumbing supply places. Nobody had it. Nobody recognized it. Ultimately, it was AI that figured out exactly what it was. It was something the company that made it basically was a new company. They manufactured the valve. It wasn't a good valve. They went out of business. There was not any stock in the US. And I was able to use my AI to browse the internet and go find, as far as I can tell, the last 2 of them that were available in the entire United States, at least for sale online, listed with correct part number. So, that saved me from having to literally rip open the wall and install a new manifold that would accept new valves. So that was a huge deal. I also had a client who needed 10-inch wide mini blinds. They needed to be 10 inches wide and like 6 feet tall. You can't get those custom cut. Nobody makes those. I was able to use ChatGPT Operator is what they called it at the time. I think it's called Agent now. But it will actually harness your keyboard and your mouse and just go research things online and actually click around. So I had to click back into it maybe every half hour, and there would be a question that says, here's what I think. Do you want me to do this or do that? I'd say yes or no, go back to doing my regular job. And after, I don't know, a half a day, it finally found the one site on the entire internet, because I couldn't find it anywhere, where you could order 10-inch wide regular mini blinds. So the benefit here, again, that your competition is using is they're not wasting all of this time and all of these labor hours going and doing all of this sort of boring menial research. They're letting AI do a lot of that. And I know they are because I talk to all of my audience who is out there running their businesses daily, and I'm teaching them how to use AI, and they are using it, and it's making them more efficient, more profitable. That means they have more time to serve more clients, and some of those clients are your clients. Next. Number 4, marketing and market research. And by the way, this is I think one of the things AI does better than anything. You can let AI write your ad copy. And if you don't know what ad copy is, that's okay, because I didn't know till 6 months ago. It's a fancy word for when you use the perfect wording, to get somebody to click on something. It could be 1,000 other things, but honestly, that's what, in my opinion, it boils down to. It's just using the perfect wording to really psychologically make people want to click and follow through your marketing funnel. And AI, I think it can do ad copy honestly better than just about anything. If you want to just write campaigns and get stuff going and get customers coming in, talk to any AI, download any of them out there, and just tell it a little bit about your business, and it will start coming up with campaign ideas and ad copy for you. And of course, you can create the imagery and stuff on there too. Next is going to be letting the AI research your local market. And I want to be super clear on this. One of the most common questions I get is how much to charge. I could rename my channel, "How much should I charge for this?" And honestly, that would be what everybody comes to me for. And a lot of people want to use AI to tell them what to charge, and they have a lot of great ideas about how it can do that. What I'm going to say is that AI cannot tell you how much to charge, but what it can be really amazing at is helping you understand the range that you could charge within. Asking it how much to charge is like asking, to what level of quality should I do this job? Well, that depends on your business and your clients. We're not all building Mercedes, and we're hopefully none of us are out there hacking stuff. But everybody falls on a scale somewhere in between, and that's a personal decision for you to make what level of quality you're going to provide. And it's also ultimately your decision what you're going to charge. But you can put your AI to work in helping to understand your local market. So you can ask it, what is it going to cost in Tucson for me to have this job done? What would somebody else charge me? What should I charge? But if you say, what should I charge as a handyman, let's say to replace an electrical outlet, it's going to give you a particular answer. If you say, what should I charge as a handyman with an electrician's license to replace this outlet, it'll give you a different answer. If you insert the phrase full-time handyman, it's going to give you a different answer. If you say, and warranty it for 1 year, a different answer. So all of these answers ultimately have to be made by you, but if you put it to work just helping you understand what sort of the lower thresholds and the higher thresholds are in your market, it's going to do a good job of that. And then campaigns, we already kind of went over that. Jobber actually does have a great campaigns feature inside their marketing tab where it's going to help you come up with campaigns. So whether you're using Jobber or whether you're using ChatGPT or any other one, just talk to it about the different types of campaigns that you think, like right now, you know, it's coming up on Christmas time. People need Christmas lights put up. If you say, hey, it's December, I need some campaign ideas to get some of my clients re-engaged, it's probably going to come up with some sort of idea for you to add putting up holiday lights and decorations for people, which, by the way, is super profitable. But yeah, AI is great with marketing. It's probably what it's best at. Number 5, the Jobber AI Receptionist. This isn't just Jobber. Lots of people offer them, but I will say I am, of all the AIs that I play with that have anything to do with my handyman business personally, this AI receptionist that Jobber built specifically is amazing. She's insane. You can teach it everything that it needs to know about your business. And by the way, we're going to give you a link or a way to get to my AI receptionist trainer. It's some software that you're going to go through and answer a bunch of questions, and it's going to give you a training document that you can upload at the very least into the Jobber AI receptionist. And I have verified that the moment you get that uploaded, it's actually trained on all of that data, and it will be able to answer all of your clients' questions. But if you have bookable jobs, it's also going to allow them to book directly into your schedule just talking to her on the phone. It's crazy. I'm not going to go on and on about it forever, but I'm going to tell you all of all the things that we're talking about here that's actionable right now. If you're busy, if you're so busy that you don't have time to answer a lot of phone calls and stuff, she's going to be really amazing for your business because she really your business, and she will answer the phone, and she will answer questions, and she will book jobs, and she will book assessments. It's a great product, so please do go try it out. Also, let's see. Oh yeah, I already talked about the scheduling too, and the receptionist training. So there you go, and we'll get you the link for that as well. And if we don't get it to you, go to any of my videos at Bulletproof Handyman on YouTube and look in the description. You will find that link in the description of all my videos, as well as in. No, I didn't. All right. Legal and contract drafting. So I want to be clear. This is not legal advice. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not telling you what you should or shouldn't do. I'm just telling you what my personal opinion is about what AI is good at. And I think it's really great at contracts, terms and conditions, and just general legal advice across the board. Now, if it's important, of course, please contact your own attorney. You can usually get an attorney for $100 an hour to just sit down with an hour to go over something for you. So don't just rely on the AI, but I do find it to be very good, and you can ask for citations and then you can go check its sources if you want, but you can have it draft your terms and conditions. I've tested this out. You can tell it what type of business you are. It's very good at understanding what a typical person in your business would be putting out there for their terms and conditions, and you can have a very long conversation specializing around your business and what you should be doing for your business. And then, like I said, always have a lawyer check it. And general advice is going to be, I think, to just have lots of conversations with it. Don't ever ask it just, can I or should I do this or that? Have a long conversation with it. Ask it to teach you the things that you don't know. One of the best phrases you can tell an AI is, what am I missing? Just ask that question, what am I missing? And it will often tell you what it thinks you might be missing. Tell it that you understand you're not the best at this already, and ask it to teach you more and to look for the gaps in your knowledge, because you may not know what question to ask in the first place. Number 7, real-time visualization. This is not something I do a lot, but this is something that I have a lot of subscribers that are telling me they're doing all the time. And I've played with it to verify that it does work. And I think most of the models now, most of the biggest models, you can go in there and you can give it an image. Let's say you take a picture of a kitchen and it's got hickory cabinets, and you want to know, your client wants to know, they think that they really want shaker style white cabinets. You can give that picture to your AI. You can ask your AI to just redo that kitchen and mock it up with white shaker style cabinets. And it's generally not going to be perfect, but it will be more than good enough for your client to be able to look at that result and go, oh yeah, I like the way that looks, or I don't like the way that looks. And then the cheat sheet you can download actually has some additional things that you can throw into there. I will tell you, ask it to be hyper realistic with things. It loves the word hyper realistic, at least today, December 2nd, 2025. Who knows in January of next year? But as of right now, it loves things like hyper realistic. You can tell it that, and it will take extra care to make sure that it is hyper realistic for your clients. And you can prompt it to make more and more changes, and you can ask it to suggest new changes that you think that it thinks would actually fit nicely with this concept that you haven't thought of. Yeah, pricing, they're not very expensive, guys. You know, you can pay a lot of money for some graphic arts software to show people what their kitchen would look like and spend months, if not years, learning how to use it. Or you can pay like $20 or $30 a month. Most of the foundation models have some sort of premium tier at $20 to $30 a month. Very affordable to be able to impress your clients on the spot with an iPad that has a picture of their bathroom, but with different tile, or their kitchen with different cabinets. And oh yeah, this is something I do a lot. My general advice, I do this on anything that's super important that I'm trying to do with AI. I come over here to my second screen and I bring up, at the moment, I'm using ChatGPT, Grok, and Gemini. I bring all three of them up. I use ChatGPT to build a master prompt, and then I feed that master prompt to ChatGPT and to Grok and to Gemini. I run all three of them on the same prompt to see which one does the best job. I will tell you, again, this is just December 2nd, 2025. January of 2026 is probably a whole other story because it advances so fast. But at the moment, I think Gemini is hands down the best when it comes to anything visual. Gemini is doing, I haven't even tried the newest Gemini AI for visuals, actually. The old one before 3 came out, 2 point whatever it was, that one was already better than all of the other foundation models for anything visual. But if you can, if you have the time, bring all three of them up, whichever ones are your favorites, and pit them against each other. And that'll also just kind of keep you up to date on who's in the lead, so you know who is going to give you the best results. Number 8, tax strategy and planning. Again, like, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you how to do anything legally. I'm just telling you, in my opinion, I feel like it's really good at understanding tax strategy and planning. One of the things you can do, and it depends on your comfort level, but you can download like a CSV file of your bank account statement, and you can upload it to your preferred AI if you feel comfortable and secure doing that. And it can go find most of those deductions for you. And furthermore, you can just simply talk to your AI. And I feel like I haven't hit on this enough. I wanted to hit on it more, but to be super clear, I don't believe in this idea of master prompt engineering. I don't believe that you can learn how to build the perfect 17-page prompt that's just going to give you that one magical answer at the end. What I believe in is getting to know your AI getting to know you, having lots of conversations. All the big foundation models do have memory. They can learn you and your business. And the more you talk to them, the more they're going to be able to figure you out. So if they know your business very well already and you upload your bank statement, it's going to be able to put two and two together and find a lot of deductions. And it's going to be able to help you understand the financial impact of maybe purchasing a particular piece of equipment in September or waiting until January of next year to purchase that equipment, and how that affects your tax planning, as well as your general financial planning, both for you and your business, but also, your personal life and your business, your big overarching long-term financial planning. It's going to be really good at just looking at all of that and talking to you about your goals and helping you figure out how to get there. And that's something you used to have to pay a lot of money for. And again, once you talk to your AI and you have those conversations and you come up with a plan, I do still suggest bringing in a professional to help you figure things out, but it's going to be really good at these things. Number 9, pricing optimization. Use AI to double check your pricing. And what this is more about is figuring out your local market. It's not too different from the marketing one I was talking about, but this one is going to be more specific to the pricing. Let me double check my notes. I feel like I'm forgetting something I wanted to hit on here. Oh yeah, it's how you talk to your AI. So you're not asking it how much to charge. You're having the conversation, which is what I was actually just saying. It looks like I didn't put my slides together super well for this. Give me 1 second. Yeah, this is a great opportunity for deep research. If you don't know what deep research is, again, all the big foundation large language models have some kind of deep research option where you can set it to work and ask it to think more deeply. And this is a great opportunity to really have it analyze your local market in a very comprehensive way, where you can talk to it about not only, I'm a handyman for property managers, but I can have it analyze my local market and break down what it thinks would be optimal pricing for a licensed or unlicensed handyman in my market, working on high-end homes or working on low-end homes, working for property managers or working for insurance companies or working for commercial property managers. And you can have it just sort of build you a gigantic report, really, for you to just go and compare that to all of your pricing to optimize your pricing strategies. And don't forget, I mentioned this already and it's in the download, but every time you change the way you talk to it, that's going to change the way it answers you. So what you want to do, again, it's not about building this perfect master prompt. It's about having a conversation with the AI and having it truly understand what your needs are at this moment. And number 10, it's a genius in your pocket. It's a force multiplier. That's a word from when I was in the military. A force multiplier just means your force is X, right? X, maybe X equals 10. A force multiplier makes your 10 feel like or act like or do the work of 20. AI is a force multiplier. It's going to make more and more of you. If you know how to talk to it and how to set it to work to go about doing whatever it needs to be doing, it's going to multiply you, and you're going to have little versions of you out there doing lots of work for you. I have it working for me literally all day. I have it doing the big, deep research projects constantly. I talk to it like a person, which, number 2, I really want you to understand. There's nothing hard about talking to these AIs. They're good at having natural language conversations in English with the user. Just talk to it like it's a person who cares about you and is a genius and really wants you to succeed, and it will do a good job. And by the way, it's great. I haven't even brought this up hardly, and I'm not going to dive into this here in this particular lesson, but things like Replit and Lovable and Google just dropped anti-gravity. There's all these different IDE, these development environments where you can go build your own software and build your own apps. They are getting better exponentially week by week. They're able to do just the most amazing things. I can't code, but if you go to the description of any of my videos at Bulletproof Handyman on YouTube, or if you go to bulletproofhandyman.com, you're going to find a lot of software that I wrote. And when I say I can't code, I mean I don't know anything. Don't understand Python, don't understand any of that. I'm using English language to speak to an AI, and I'm building amazing software for you guys to use as tools and for my audience to use and for me to use personally in my personal life. It's really doing good. By the way, anything that you think AI can't do because you learned 3 months ago that it can't do that, go check again. It can probably do it now. That just tends to be how things work. It's moving very, very, very fast. Additional items, I just said this one, whatever it couldn't do 2 months ago, check again today. Almost everything we've talked about today, by the way, I don't want to just harp on Jobber, 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 but I do love Jobber. I've been with them forever. I was super excited to meet Bob and find out all the things that Jobber was doing with AI within Jobber. And I'm telling you, they're the tip of the spear when it comes to AI, and they have an equivalent for most of the things I've talked about inside the Jobber software. Um, yeah, all the things I talked about today, man, you can go build your own stuff and use it sort of manually right now. But everything I've talked about today, there are vendors and startups building amazing tools that are going to be nearly free for you to use any day now. It's not a fantasy future thing. They're coming down the pipeline all throughout 26. I think you're just going to see one tool after another dropping that's free or very, very cheap. I already told you to test the platforms by pitting them against each other. Yeah, your skills are going to increase with repetition. The more you use a skill saw, the better you get at cutting a straight line with that skill saw. And the more you talk to AI and have it help you run your business, the better job it's going to do, and the better you're going to get at understanding how to use it. And you just have to dive in yourself. So I'm going to go back and repeat. I think the best thing you can do, if nothing else, download ChatGPT, the app, use the voice feature, and just start having a conversation. Tell it you don't know anything. Tell it you're scared of it. It doesn't matter what you tell it. Have a conversation. Ask it to guide you through the conversation. Ask it to interview you, and it will get to know you, and it will tell you how you can use it. Yeah, and here's a bunch of tools. I'm not going to go through all my tools, but if y'all want to check out sort of my ecosystem at bulletproofhandyman.com and/or my YouTube channel, you're going to find in the description all the links to all the AI tools that I've built, like the Jobber AI Trainer and stuff. Now, I wanted to tell y'all, if you're with Jobber, please use their tools and please provide feedback. The more feedback you can give Jobber about how their AI related tools are working for you, the more they're going to be able to go in. They actually want to build you the best software. So the more you can give them very real world feedback, they're going to appreciate that. And the more you can give them, the better they're going to be able to make those tools for you so that they can stay at the tip of the spear. And I already went over this part. I said it a couple times. Download ChatGPT, pay for the $25 version or whatever it costs today, and just start having conversations with it, and you will learn. It will teach you.